So we're going to take a test tomorrow over the second half of percents, which does involve some financial literacy. So I want to go through this test review with you. Remember, you can get this signed for bonus points. So let's work through these. Check your work. If you have a question, let me know by sending me an email or coming in and asking in tutoring. So the price of a TV was reduced from $350 to $280. What is the percent decrease? So when we talked about percent increase and decrease, we said it is the difference over the original. So we need to subtract 350 and 280, which is 70. So $70 out of 350 was the discount. We can take off our zeros. And we can do it as a percent over 100, or you can change that to a simplified fraction and go from there. I'm going to go ahead and show you both ways. So 700 divided by 35. 35 goes into 70 twice. So that is a 20% decrease. If you did 7 and 35, you can simplify that by 7, and you get 1/5, which we also know is 20%. So 2 ways you could do that. There should be a space here, sorry. Mrs. Ray has 7 to 11 girls to boys ratio in her 6th grade classes, so I'm going to go ahead and label that 7 over 11 girls and boys. Make sure that you're labeling your proportions. If there are 21 girls in the classes, what are the total number of students? So I'm going to add another layer here because they want total. So I need to add these. This is 18. So you can do a couple of different ways to solve this. We do not need the 11. You can cross multiply, divide. So we can say 21 times 18 is 378, and divide by 7. 5 is 35, so 54 total. Or you could have also gone through and seen that there's a scale factor. 7 times 3 is 21. So if I did 18 times 3, 24, carry the 2, is also 54. So there are 2 ways you could do that. Cheryl can type a constant rate of 30 words in 45 seconds. I do want a proportion here, so I'm going to label this 30 words, 45 seconds. Write a proportion and solve. Find the number of words she can type in 3 minutes. Now notice this is seconds and this is minutes. So if I have seconds down here, I need to keep it seconds. So I'm going to have to do 60 seconds times 3 minutes. So that is 180 seconds. So our solution, we can do this a couple of ways. Remember, cross multiply divide works 100% of the time. Placeholder 0, 24, 54 divided by 45. 1, gotta borrow, 90 is 2, 0. So your solution is 120 words in 3 minutes. Or I also want to know what is the scale factor. So again, scale factor is like what we did up here in red. So what times 45 is 180? Well, we can say 45 goes into 180 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20, carry the 2, 16 and 2. So our scale factor is 4, and if I do that 30 times 4, I still get that 120. Okay? Looking at unit rate, which is a better buy, a 12-pack of Mr. Pibb for $4.60 or an 18-pack for $9.20. So we need to simply figure out how much for one. So if I have 12-pack for $4.60, I want to know how much, or this is 12 cans, sorry. How much is 1 can? So we can cross multiply 460 and divide by 12. So 3 times is 36, 1, 0, 0. 12 goes into 100, 8 times is 96. And we'll go one more just to see if we need to round. This is going to be a 3. So this is approximately 38 cents for 1 can. And then I'm going to do the 18 pack. 18 cans is $9.20. So how much is 1 can? So again, cross multiply 920 divided by 18. 18, let's try 5. Let's try 5. 5 times 8 is 40. Carry the 4. 5 plus 4 is 9. 20 goes once. And I can actually stop there because I can see right now this is 51 cents for 1 can. So which is a better buy? Definitely the 12 pack. Because it's less per can. Duncan drove 150 miles and used 8 gallons of gas. I'm going to label him Duncan. 150 miles, 8 gallons. Ryan drove 100 miles and used 6 gallons of gas. Duncan said that they used gasoline at the same rate. Is he correct? So we want to know how many miles does each go in 1 gallon. So again, we can cross multiply and divide. 8 goes once. 70 is going to be 8 times is 64. We can put a decimal, 0. So that's going to be a 7. So this is about 18.7 miles in 1 gallon. I can look at Ryan over here. 6 goes into 100. 6 goes into 10 one time. Goes into 46 times. That's 36. And you can see there, 0. We can actually stop. So this is about 16 miles. So is it the same rate? No. The rates are not equal. Okay. Caitlin made 2 friendship bracelets in 25 minutes. Notice the 2 is written out, so be careful there. So 2 bracelets in 25 minutes. Write a proportion to show how many bracelets she can make in 3 hours. So again, these don't match. So 60 minutes in an hour times 3, that's 180 minutes. Make sure to use labels you don't have to solve. So this is all I want to see. So if I gave you a multiple choice question where you had to choose the proportion, I would suggest you write your own like this. And then we are looking here at 2 times 180. So on your choices, I would look for that cross multiply. Use your formula chart. The Smith family is driving to Las Vegas. The sign says it is 145 kilometers. I'm going to write that in numbers. To Las Vegas, how many meters? All right, so remember, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So meters, this is where we want to be. We are currently at kilometers. 1, 2, 3. So if I am at 145, then we are going to go ahead and put our decimal at the back. And I moved 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. So 145,000 meters. A hose can put out water at a rate of 3 gallons per minute. How many pints is this? So make sure you're using your formula chart. So if I have 3 gallons and I want to go to pints. So on the formula chart, we're not going to be able to go directly to that. A pint, there are 2 pints in a quart and there are 4 quarts in a gallon. So if I write that out, 1 gallon is 4 quarts, and I know that 1 quart is 2 pints, then I can see here, if I need to go to 4, so I'm going to say times 4. It's kind of like a scale factor, right? So this is times 4 to get up here, so I need to do times 4 here. So 8 pints are in a gallon. Well, if I have 3 gallons, and I know that 1 gallon is 8 pints, then I can cross multiply, and I can see that this is 24 pints. Okay, so you're going to have to use that conversion. San Antonio had a record rainfall in 2018 of 23.3 inches. What is this in feet? Right, as a mixed number. So remember, 12 inches equals 1 foot. So I have 23.3 inches. How many feet is this? So I know, cross multiply. Some of you will jump straight to division, which is fine. 12 into 23.3. So it goes once. And we can subtract is 113. So I know 12 times 12 is 144, times 10 is 120, so we need to go 9, which is 108. And we can actually, it's going to keep going. So we can actually, if you do that, 1.9, then 1.9 is 1 and 9 tenths feet. And I'll be happy with that. Then we have Tropical Storm Claudette dropped 42 inches in Alvin, Texas. What is this in feet and in yards? Okay, so we just talked about feet. So if I have 42 inches, I know 12 inches is 1 foot. So I need to divide 12 into 42. It's 3 times, that's 36. And I can actually, so 3 and 6/12, which I know is 3 and 1/2 feet. But then if I want to go to yards, I know with my formula chart here, 1 yard is 3 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and write this as a decimal, 3.5 feet, and I know there are 3 feet in 1 yard, and I need a yard here. So now I'm dividing 3.5 by 3, 1, and then I have my 5, right? So then I'm going to go 1 more, 3 and 2. This is kind of an ugly, it's going to be, so I don't know if you remember what 0.16 with the 6 repeating is, but it is 1 and 1/6. All right, so good luck. The test is going to be mostly multiple choice. I think there's 1 or 2 gridables. Let me know if you have any questions.